Hey guys, today I'm joined with
Roxy.
Okay, so Roxy will be showcasing her Murakumo Mandala Lord deck. So with support from Vilest Deletor, which is Shirayuki support, stuff like that. So yeah, let's get started. So Roxy will be doing the deck profile along with me. Okay, so starter is Stealth Beast.
Stealth Beast Cat Devil. Yeah, it's the only starter you can play. So.
Yes, so same skill as always, roll upon draw card.
So first off, for Mandala Lord, because it's the main card, and you want to have like multiple copies of every card in this deck because most of the cards here are cloners. So yeah, you try not to have like 2 copies or 1 copy of a card.
Yeah, the basic idea of this is just to clone and
Yeah.
just swarm your opponents with attacks.
And Mandala Lord skill, count +1, so +1, you can superior call up to 2, which is like kind of a +2, and the second
+2, yeah.
Yeah, +2, and with its skill you can superior call another copy of itself, which means that you can activate its second skill to give 2 units plus 3k. And the thing about 3ks is that if you give 3k to a 12k and then it becomes 15,000 boosted by grade 1, you get a force number 23,000. Or if you give it twice, like for example you use Shiji's skill to give it 3k and use Mandala's own skill, then it will be 28,000 on the SL circle, which will also be a good number against force.
Yep. So basically Mandala is just a really consistent plus for the deck.
Yeah.
And his skill is not 2 units but actually all Mandala on the field. Second skill. Yeah. So get out as many copies of himself and So this deck likes to rewrite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so that's your primary grade 3, main grade 3 deck. So the deck doesn't play any VRs, it's a very budget build. It's not like Murakumo isn't budget enough, but this deck is really budget and really good as well. Okay, so let's talk about Fantasy Petal Storm Shirayuki, which is also at 4 copies. So effect is
Its skill on Vanguard or Guardian Circle, when placed, you can surplus 2 cards and then minus 10,000 from the front row of your opponent.
3 units.
From 3 units.
Yeah. And if it's on rear guard, it's -5. Okay.
It's better used offensive because of the fact that sometimes if you're up against SL, they might have more than 3 attacking units. But yeah.
Yeah, so you don't get the full thing off, but if you use it during your turn, normally you like to choose the Vanguard with this skill. Yeah. And yeah, so let's say you don't wait, do you normally write this card or do you normally call this card?
It's like usually when you run out of mandalas, then this will be like your backup option.
Okay. So it's like a backup option.
Because with Mandala you probably have a lot of cards on the field already, which means that the Shirayuki skill is kind of better, and you have more SL circles, which means the powers are higher and stuff.
Yes, and one of Shirayuki's best effects is a second effect, which is when it's on a Vanguard circle and when its attack does not hit, you can get to return a Shirayuki from a drop zone to your hand, allowing you to reuse that first effect during your opponent's turn, especially if you're up against Protect and Force, you can actually wipe out their whole front row by 10,000. And for Force, right, if they choose Force 2, you can further decrease their power by quite a lot. So this really makes your opponents, let's say Force players, okay, it makes your Force player opponents think whether they want to go Force 1 or Force 2. So at Shirayuki, right, let's say you go into Mandala and you call Shirayuki down to rear guard, -5k to your opponent's Vanguard, you can actually do quite a bit of damage, quite some rush.
And also because this is like kind of VR-less deck, which means that the defense is a bit lower.
Yeah.
So with Shirayuki you can like up the defense.
Up the defense. So this card is just good it's splashable in almost every Murakumo deck, and Shirayuki is a very good engine that we'll showcase later in the grade 2 and the grade 1s. Yeah. And if you go with Shirayuki first, you can also do some rush actually. Yeah. And this is the last grade 3 of the deck, which is Twin Swordsman Musashi. So skill is on rear guard when he attacks, if you have more rear guards than your opponent, which is very
possible. Yeah,
very easy, right? So until the battle, this unit gets 5k, so it becomes a 17, and your opponent has to guard with 2 or more if they want to guard from the hand. This overall just destroys their hand, makes them guard more. This has been around for quite some time and is still seeing play in many decks.
So the thing about why we play 2 copies and not 1 copy is because of Mandala skill.
Yeah.
Like at least if there's 2 copies you can clone, but if you play 1 copy instead, then it's only a once-off card.
Yeah, 2 copies, so you can always clone out with Mandala. So if Mandala, you actually like to have more rearguards on your grade 2 turns, like at least one rearguard out on your grade 2 turns.
Preferably Shiji.
Yeah, probably Shiji, which we'll talk about. It's a grade 3. Sorry, it's a grade 1. So let's move on to grade 2s. We have 4 copies of this card.
Bloody Mist.
Yeah, Stealth Beast, Bloody Mist. So have a look at the skill.
Vanguard or Rearguard Circle, you can just count +1. If you do not have another Bloody Mist, clone a copy and it gets -4000.
Yeah, so it becomes a 5k, right? For it.
Yeah.
But it allows for grade 2 rush. Yeah.
And the thing is, okay, so if you write Bloody Mist on your Vanguard Circle, then you call one on your Rearguard. The next turn, if you go in and you have another Rearguard like a Shiji boosting your Vanguard,
Yeah.
then you can use Shiji's skill to transfer the 3k. You can use Shiji's skill to give like both Bloody Mist 3k. And for your next turn, if you go into Mandala, you can still clone out another copy of Bloody Mist.
Not by his skill, but by wait.
You can clone out
By Mandala skill or by
his skill.
Oh, by his skill. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then Mandala can clone itself and Shiji.
Oh, okay.
So you get 3.
So you just swam the whole field. So this is just a basic Murakumo cloner for standard.
And it's very strong because it's a Vanguard Rearguard skill.
Yeah, unlike the grade 1, right? Which is million, right? And this is the Shirayuki engine. Grade 2.
Jakotsuga.
Yeah, Stealthy Jakotsuga, 4 copies of it because obviously it's a really good card. So have a look at its skill. Skill is when its attack does not hit, you can look at the top 7 cards from. You can look at 7 cards on the top of the deck. Reveal up to 2 Shirayukis. Normally we don't get 2 but 2 is just really lucky. And you can put 1 to your hand and 1 into your drop zone. Shuffle your deck, and if it did not reveal any cards, you get a soul charge 1. So either ways, you'll be getting some advantages out of this card. So
Yeah,
oops.
so you need to play at 4 because it's your few ways to get out Shirayuki. And
Yep.
the skill and the fact that it you can choose whether or not to reveal is also quite good because like for example you saw your Shirayuki but you need the soul for like either Mandala or Shirayuki skill, then you can just not reveal and just use the card for a soul blast.
For a soul charge.
For soul charge, yeah. And also because it's when it attacks doesn't hit, so it gets extremely strong when your opponent is at like 4 or 5 damage. And because it's 9k, sometimes it just can't hit the opponent Vanguard, so you can just
Yeah, it's basically just the. I mean, if you guys played G era, Murakumo is a Shadow Stitch effect.
yeah.
Shadow Stitch keyword for Murakumo. So it's really good for pulling out your Shirayukis out from deck. Getting them to drop is not a problem because you have a particular grade 1, as you can see, sneak peek over there. That allows you to get back your Shirayukis. So essentially you just want to pull out your 4 Shirayukis out of the deck. And thin your deck also. And if you're on a grade 2 turn, you're missing a grade 3, call this down to Rearguard, attack with it. Hopefully you can actually get a grade 3 out. Yeah, and this is the final grade 2.
Midnight Crow,
Yeah,
so
from the
you
Vilest
can
Deletor set.
clone it. If you write it, you can clone itself. If not, you can clone your Vanguard, which means you can clone another copy of Mandala Lord and use the skill.
Yeah, so
Or you can clone Shirayuki and get more copies of Shirayuki out early
actually
game.
you can use it for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can clone any. Wait, no, you can only clone your Vanguard.
Yeah,
Sorry, you can
yeah.
only clone your Vanguard. Clone Mandala, get out more Mandalas. Clone your Shirayuki, get more Shirayuki out in the field. They go in the drop zone. Just recycle, right? Yeah, this is really, yeah. So just 11 grade 2s, and if you have nothing to call in your hand and you want to go into Mandala next turn, you can actually write this card, clone a copy of itself to ensure that you have at least 1 rearguard for that Mandala right on your first grade 3 turn. So 11 grade 2s. Let's move on to the grade 1s. So we'll start off with Million Red, which is the cloner. Clones itself.
Same skill with Bloody Mist, except that it's only Rearguard skill.
Yeah, and it's -4k as well. So yeah, I guess it's not bad. Just you can feel the feel and thin your deck. And then this is the Shirayuki engine as well, the grade 1 version. Grade 1, grade 1 version, Stealth Fiend, Radium Madam. So its effect is
When one of your unit attack does not hit, put this unit into a soul, return a Shirayuki back into your hand.
yeah, and take note that it's when your units attack, so it's not just her attack. So
It can be any.
yeah, it basically spreads your shadow stage out throughout your entire field. So once your opponent's at like 5 damage, I'm pretty sure her effect will definitely go off, and it will allow you to recycle all your Shirayukis that have.
It builds up the soul also.
Yeah, it also builds up the soul with herself.
Yeah.
And as you know, Shirayuki and Mandala both compete for soul, so
Yeah.
this card helps with the soul cost. And then our last great one is 4 copies of Stealth of Silence Yuji. So there's a lot of 4 copies of 4 offs in this deck because you want to be able to clone them out with Mandala. Ensure you get the maximum, out of maximum utility out of Mandala. So this is a great one, really good great one that works really well in Mandala. So its effect is
when this unit boosts, 2 of your units with the same card name as the booster unit gets 3k.
So what does that mean? So let's say it boosts Mandala. You put it behind your Vanguard. Your Vanguard's a Mandala Lord. And then let's say you have another Mandala here. Maybe, you just need these, right? Yeah, so, okay, so something very simple. Okay, so it boosts, it can give this +3 and this +3. So these two gets +3. So even if you don't have this on the field, it can boost, it gives this +3. So either way it's a 10k booster.
At least 10k. Yeah,
For anything.
You can also, like for example, if you have a Mandala here, and another one like here.
Yeah, on an Excel circle or something.
Excel circle, you can choose to not give a Vanguard but give the other 2.
Oh yeah. Yes. So let's say like that. Because these 2 have units with the same card name. So you can give these 2 instead of giving a Vanguard if you feel like, you want to power up your rear guards more. Maybe in that situation.
Okay.
So it's a very versatile card and really works well in a deck that clones your own units.
So you want to try and get it as fast as possible so that you can use Mandala to clone it out because
and being a 10k booster, you hit magic numbers easily. So that rounds up your great ones. Let's move on to triggers.
For triggers, it's rainbow triggers.
Yeah, rainbow triggers for this deck. Triggers is one thing that's always pretty hard to decide in an XL deck because of fronts, and Roxy has decided to go with just a rainbow trigger lineup. So 4 draw, PG draw definitely needed. 4 crits, 4 heals, sorry, 4 fronts, and your 4 heals. Yep, all this, so 2 of each just to confuse your opponents. And yeah, that's basically it. Very simple trigger lineup. You can go and experiment with the trigger lineup yourselves. Yeah, so, and that's basically for the deck. The deck you just want to go really rush and fill your field. And the thing is pretty consistent with ensuring that you have a full board, right? And coupled with like Shirayuki's -10 effect, Shirayuki's effect, which can use both offensively and defensively. This deck is actually quite strong. Yeah, it's quite strong, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So anything else to add? Alternatives. Okay. So let's go to the alternatives. Triggers. If you're not a fan of the vanilla. Sorry. What do you call this?
Rainbow triggers.
Yeah, rainbow triggers. Maybe more fronts.
Yeah.
We'll go more fronts because this deck has the ability to get
A lot of
rear guards, and 1 damage trigger can it destroy them? It can destroy them if you don't write Shirayuki, because Shirayuki gives them understand. So if they get a damage trigger, they go back to base power. But if you don't write Shirayuki, you just have Mandala on the field. If they get a damage trigger, it will definitely affect your game plan. So more fronts is pretty good. Power up a lot of units.
And you don't really need to play a lot of draws because of the fact it clones. So you consistently have rear guards.
Yeah, consistently have rear guards without needing to use cards from your hand, which is one advantage of this deck. Allows you to play more offensive triggers. Alternatives, of course, being a Mandala deck, we have the Grade 2 Magai Mandala. So this is this was previously in Roxy's deck, but she took it out. He has 2 effects. So continuous rear guard and deck, it becomes Mandala Lord. So essentially it's a same thing as Mandala Lord. Second effect is if you have a total of 3 or more Mandala Lords on your Vanguard and rear guard, it gets boost. Pretty good 9k booster, and it's very easy to get like 3 or more, especially if your deck has both of these, right? But so why are you not playing Magai Mandala?
Firstly, like you have to play 4 drops altogether if you are playing Shirayuki. And for Midnight Crow, I chose to go with it was because that it can clone out my Vanguard if, for example, I have no more. I didn't draw into my Mandala lot. I can use the skill to get out Mandala lot.
On your rear guard?
Yeah, on my rear guard.
Okay.
Like.
Oh.
I didn't draw into the Mandala lots to write.
Oh, okay. Okay, so basically, like, let's say your Vanguard is this, and you call this, you clone your Vanguard. So you call your Vanguard, like, just clone your Vanguard. So this will allow you to activate Shiji's skill, is it? Like.
Yeah.
So you can fully utilize Shiji's skill.
And this is more offensive
than Magai, which is easily destroyed by control decks, actually, if you think about it. Like, control decks can really make this card become like a vanilla. Yeah, Midnight Crow just... Okay, Midnight Crow, yeah, it brings out Mandala for you to use Mandala's second effect, right?
Yeah.
And it brings out Shirayuki from your deck. Because what you want, right, with this deck is you want Shiraykis in your drop zone. You don't want them to be stuck in your deck.
And you want as many rear guards as possible.
Yes,
so cloner is better.
So a cloner over Magai. And there's also a particular grade 2, yeah, Stealth Beast White Mane. This card is just pretty bad, actually. Very low power, you ride it, you're dead, and then it's not worth to play. So alternative grade 2 is probably just Magai Mandala. And being a Mandala deck as well, we have alternative grade 1s like the Turbulent Edge. So Turbulent Edge is a very interesting one. So counterblast 1, soul blast 1, you can change all your Turbulent Edge to Mandala Lord, and all Mandala Lords on the Vanguard and Regal gets 3k. Allows you to hit magic numbers. Am I right?
Yeah.
And there's just a 1 turn whole field, like, it's really good with Magai Mandala. If your deck is really just all focused on Mandala, but this deck is like Shirayuki Mandala mix match.
And there's no more spots in like the grade 1.
Yes. Well, just saying, right, if this deck goes first, right, and you go into Shirayuki, most of the time your opponent will be rushed down really, really hard. Because if they are playing like a Force or Protect or XL, their Vanguard will be at -1. If they're playing Force, their Vanguard is at 0. Which is pretty funny.
This deck is constant rush.
Yeah, it's just constant rush. It rushes more than Zanbaku, I think so. Yes, because you also have a Musashi. So alternative card you can play is Stealth Dragon Namatsu Snipe. 12k attacker or 12k booster as long as you superior call, which is really easy because we have Mandala Lord, which is superior calls, and Midnight Crow, and any of the cloners. Yeah. And Stealth Beast Metamorphox is really good for a full-blown Mandala build.
Yeah.
And combined with a particular card, which I actually don't have the card right now, but I'm gonna show you guys it really soon. You can make your entire deck, your entire field. This card, Covert Demonic Dragon Dansetsu Anak. This is also a really interesting grade 3 that you can play with Mandala Lord. All the regards with the same card as the Mega gets 5k. And if it's a good card to use with Metamorphox. I've played with players who combine these two along with Mandala. Like the whole deck is just this with the Mandala engine, with the Mandala supports. It's just whole field plus 8 or something like that. Yeah, because Turbulent Edge gives all your Mandala Lords plus 3. This card gives all your units with the same card as your Vanguard plus 5. Whole field plus 8. Does it hit magic? I think it hits magic.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is a possible option. I mean, there's a lot of options for Murakumo. And when placed on that, this unit gets 5k, so it works with Mandala as well. So it's a very interesting card, but it doesn't have a gift.
Yeah.
But we prefer to go with the more consistent route. Yeah, of course. And this card's skill is very easy to go off actually, because you have a lot of rear guards. And this is the last grade 3 that you can potentially play, which is Stealthy Morality Surveillant. Shadow Stitch, 3 or more rear guards, counterblast 1. Search your deck with the same card name as for 1 card with the same card name as one of the units. Reveal it, put it in your hand, shove your deck. It's good with what?
It's actually good for like Shirayuki, or if you need your Mandala Lords and they're not coming out, you can like.
Yeah, you can search for Mandala Lord.
Because you want to keep rewriting in this deck.
Yes, so this allows you to rewrite and get out Shirayuki, stuff like that.
Or if you just so happen to run into it, you can get like some better grade 3s. Because it's a Vanguard regular skill.
Yeah, actually true. So this deck, would you say it works better with XL1 or XL2?
I think it's SL1, I guess.
XL1.
Because like...
Because you want to hit numbers. And you don't really need...
You don't really need the extra draw, like you clone so much.
Yeah, you actually need more of the extra power that XL1 provides, which is the extra 5k. And yeah, that's basically it. So potential cards you can play around this deck. Obviously you can still play Mandala with Zanbaku, but that's for another deck profile, that's for another deck. So these are the XL gifts that Roxy plays. That's the very nice Spring Fest one. We have the... Okay, I'm just showing off our gift markers, but that's a shiny Trotted one. We have Miwa, one of Roxy's favorite characters. Kamui, Zanbaku of course. Blonde Ezo, Zanbaku. Who's this? Algos. And Asaka. Yes. Alright, so those are the gifts. You'll be rewriting a lot in this deck. You can always... Actually, for this deck, right, you can write Shirayuki first. Then you want Shirayuki in drop zone, right? Because of the very good grade one. Then second right, Mandala. So what's this? For Mandala cost as well. So there's a lot of things you can play around this deck. So yep, that's basically it for this deck. That was Roxy's Mandala Lord Shirayuki deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye guys.
Bye.
Yes.